See, continue. Now I'm pulling up my Facebook page. Choose what you allow. Okay, continue. Oh, this is hype. Oh, is this let me do my page? So I'm gonna do the. I created a new page. It's a TJ Tony Motley page. So they only let me do my Facebook page, which is cool. So I can run it back. Okay. So title. What we gonna call the show, Tommy?
House Music Chronicles, right? I mean, now listen,
Oh
now
no,
it's already
we going.
it already has a name, House Music Chronicles. You told me somewhere else,
Well, we're
so you
going.
want
Yeah,
to
no,
be
no. Some people are doing like house music shows. So they started interviewing people. So I know like it's two shows out there. So that's why I said let's do 80s and 90s. 80s and 90s cuz that's when like 80s and 90s. It could be it doesn't have to be 80s and 90s. Wait a minute. Cuz some stuff happened in 2000, but maybe we should keep it 80s and 90s cuz I like 80s and 90s. What about you?
yeah, that sounds good. I could
Mm,
only fit 80s on there because I had to crop it.
okay, that's
So
cool.
but hey, Apple Crescent,
Music.
that's yep,
eh,
Apple Crescent. That's my people down in Australia,
Oh, good
and
stuff.
she is very savvy with the technology and everything. So I wanted to make sure she came on and stuff. I went live, so we're live, everybody, and we're doing
Hey,
it.
what's
We're gonna check to see
up?
what's going on, so we're gonna just go ahead and see what goes on and stuff for a moment. I did it to test and stuff, but I think probably maybe a couple people come on maybe later on. I'm gonna
80s and
just let her
90s
run.
Music Chronicles. Started
Hey,
there. We can always
Barb.
change it. 80s and 90s Music
hmm
Chronicles.
So, but listen, so Tony, you why don't you tell them a little something about your background with the music and all that stuff and everything? Because Tony is really the guy.
Oh man, now you're the man. I just know the man. Wait, let me see how I look right here because I can't even. Okay, Music Chronicles, 80s and 90s. We'll start with that. So this is exciting. I'm of course a DJ out of New Jersey, house DJ, but I want to put. Hold on, let me get this on my page too. It's coming soon. So I might as well tell the audience coming soon. Tommy Williams, Tony Motley. We will be doing a show. We will be talking to hit makers from the 80s and 90s, house music, hip hop, R&B. I'm gonna repeat that when I pull up on my page. But wait, let me get my page going. So this is us just getting people ready. Like it's coming. We got some major people that's gonna be on the show. People from all parts of the industry. Definitely, people that made like 80s rap famous, and not only the musicians but producers, writers, artists, um and especially musicians, because sometimes we don't see a lot of the people behind the music, the producers, the musicians. We see the artists. So Music Chronicles, 80s and 90s. We'll have house versions. We have different versions of this, but I like the 80s and 90s because that's my favorite era. When I started DJing in the 80s, down the projects of Newark and all around, little high school parties, and we used to do basement parties in the projects, man. Good time. I remember once, Tommy, we were down near Prince Street, right? And it's funny because we didn't have real we didn't even drive. We were like in high school, and my friend Mike's mom took us to a party. Um and we actually, two of us got on a bus and two of us got in mom's car with records and turntables and stuff, right? So we couldn't fit everything in my friend's mom's station wagon, and we got down to the party. And this was like one of those. The projects had some buildings had like these basement areas, and it's like not really where you want to like mess up your mixes. Like, and so we didn't even have amps back then. We had a receiver with a fan on it.
Yes, gotta have the
Remember those
fan.
days? Had
Gotta
the
have the
fan
fan.
because it would blow out.
Right, right. And don't hit the don't hit the turntables.
Oh no, it's a fight. Oh, worst case scenario. So this is the worst thing. So I'm DJing, right? So wait, before I get to that, this is a cliffhanger. So now everybody's wait, this is a cliffhanger. What happened when I was DJing? So it says coming soon. Tommy Williams, Tony Motley interviews music legends of the 80s and 90s. So we're gonna go ahead and push that up. and I'm gonna put up, see if it comes up on my page. Save changes. Okay. I think we're up on my page. So I
All
can share out
right.
later. So for those of you who are just joining, uh, this is my house. It looks good though. I wish this was my house. But I like the piano in the back because it has that musical piece. So we'll be interviewing
Right, right.
music icons of the 80s and 90s. I'm really excited. I was talking to my friend Michelle tonight, and I'm gonna come back to my project story because now I'm on my Facebook page. So I have to start over. Some people know the story, but I'm really excited. I really want you talking about music in the 80s and 90s. Hot Tracks was one of the first video shows.
Yes.
And it was on a major network. It was on ABC. So I would love to have Michelle on here and let her really talk about. She knew a lot of people in the industry, from Don Cornelius to just hit makers. She's just an icon in this industry. And again, we're going to talk to people that people may not know, may not have seen. Because remember Carlos De Jesus?
Yep.
Yeah, you see him on the show. But what was behind that show? How that show got made? And that's what we're going to talk to. We're going to talk to people in the music industry that are the writers and producers in all genres: house, R&B, hip hop,
Yep.
and
Former
it's
club
gonna be a good
owners.
time.
Former club
Yes,
owners of
let's
the
do it. Yeah,
eras. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna go
yo,
deep.
we're going deep. We're
Go
going
deep.
deep.
And then of course it's nostalgia. So we're gonna look at what was big then. Cassette recorders,
Oh
8 tracks. I mean,
man,
not 8 tracks, but
yes.
cassettes and stuff. Find out what
Hey,
were people
wait.
doing? What were
I
people
had an eight
wearing?
track. I had an 8 track in the 80s, Tommy. I had a red the radio. I remember I took it on a class trip. And if you had a bootleg in the middle of the song, it'd click click, cha-ching,
Oh
and it go next
gosh.
channel, right?
Next channel
Oh, so I
all
remember
the
we had
way.
like what was that song? Talk about it, talk about it, talk about
Talk
it, talk
about it.
about it. Dun,
Ooh,
dun, dun,
baby.
dun, 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 dun. And so it was hot stuff. I was on the
Gotta
bus.
do up.
Gotta move on. Dun, dun, dun. So I had my 8 track player and a lot of batteries. Those were D-size batteries. I had a bag full of them. And remember, we used to put them in the freezer or something, try to
Oh
recharge them.
gosh, yes.
Yo, the memories from the 80s. We're gonna have a good time with this because so many good memories from 80s and 90s. We actually have, and this is gonna come into our event because me and Tommy, we got an event coming up, and it's gonna be in Newark. Actually, it's gonna be in Roselle, but it's highlighting because the place in Roselle is big with DJ Quad. All the DJs that we start with the high school DJs because that's where it started in Newark. So we got some of the DJs. I mean, we got people from almost every high school in Newark. Newark had a tremendous amount of high schools when we went. There was Shabazz, Weekway, Science, Arts, East Side, Barringer. We have DJs from
We just
almost any
pulled
high
up.
school.
Tone, hold it down. I'm
Okay.
gonna be right with you.
Okay. Yep, we're fine. So we have DJs coming from all of the major high schools on September 23rd. Tommy's hosting. It's gonna be fun because he's definitely good with the people. You could tell by the smile. He the host with the most. So we're excited about September 23rd. Is a DJ. It's really we're gonna highlight DJs really and DJs that created the runway for the other DJs to take off that are flying now. So these are all of our classic DJs. I don't even want to start naming because I'm gonna miss somebody, but I can name a few people. Now we have Naeem Johnson's gonna be there. We have Paul Scott. We have Punch. I gotta call Shank because we need Shank. I meant to call Shank yesterday, but I'd love to have Punch and Shank. And we have quite a few people that are coming that are just legends. So many. Kurt Gilmore, Vernon Freeland. These are club legends. Things that happened in Jersey were so profound in the era in club music. So hope you guys can hear me out there. I'm gonna check it later. This is our first really test of the broadcast. So it's Music Chronicles 80s and 90s on music, and we have a lot of guests coming on this show. We just have a great lineup from hip hop to R&B to house music. It's gonna be great. So like I was just saying, on September 23rd, we're doing some tremendous in Newark with all the legendary DJs. Paul Scott, legendary producers, DJs, um, Warren Soulfingers, T. Alfred. Man, I know I'm gonna forget somebody. Somebody's gonna be yelling at me later, but there's so many DJs that are coming through. We got Gentlemen of Neptune coming through. That's like back in the day. We still getting some people. We got my brother Nate coming through. That's my big bro from Gentlemen Neptune, Nate Neptune. So it's gonna be tremendous. But back to the show, we have some great musicians coming on this show. People have played with l- some of the largest names in the industry, from Beyonce to Teddy Riley to some of the great gospel musicians. So I love musicians. We also branched off into some other areas of the music. Again, writers, producers. We're gonna be talking to a lot of people from the 80s and 90s. So we're excited, man. We get to create something historic because there's a lot of people, and I guess we learned during COVID that people aren't going to be here forever. So we don't get to hear their stories now. When do we hear those stories? You know, let me see. Let's see if I can raise my seat up. Don't worry, this is pre-production. We didn't even get to the show yet. Okay, that's better. My sheet, see. So we're seeing how this looks and how it sounds. So when we get to the show, which will be starting soon, we hope to start Sunday again. It's gonna be Music Chronicles, 80s and 90s, and hip hop and R&B and reggae. I mean, we cover all genres of music. It's gonna be exciting to talk to the people behind the scenes and people in front of the scenes. I'm kind of partial to house music, so I'm lining up a lot of house music folks. And I was expecting to be on today. Tommy called me and said, "Let's go." I was on my way to supermarket. This is supermarket gear, you know. This is what I wear when I'm running out to the supermarket. My wrinkled shirt and my New Jersey hat. I represent New Jersey when I'm in Carolina. Let them know what time it is, you know. So just an exciting show. I hope everybody will tune in. We're gonna be at a number of formats, still putting it together. Tech people are really working a lot of things out for us so that we're able to bring this to you know. And we started House Music Chronicles, and I think Tommy has that up in the corner. You'll see House Music Chronicles, but we have expanded to Music Chronicles, 80s and 90s, because when we started to do House Music Chronicles, we decided with some of the guests that we want to have on, they're not just house music, they're hip hop, R&B, rap. I mean, everything 80s and 90s. So it got so exciting when we started talking about it. We decided to expand, and because of the people that we know, we decided to go a little, into 80s and 90s. So, and that's the era I love. I love 80s and 90s. Exciting times in my life. That's college, high school, and and beyond. My DJ time was like that 80s and 90s time, and we didn't always just play club music. We play some other stuff too. So I just love music, and I know a lot of you do too. So we hope you tune into the show. I gotta talk to Tommy because I think Sunday's the best day for me for show. So I'm be like, Sundays, let's do it Sundays. It'd be nice Sundays, not too late, but you're sitting around with your family and you're trying to get away from your family. So you go into a little corner and you reminisce on, times gone by, and you start thinking about songs from the 80s and 90s. And we just gonna be great. So you get to see the people behind the music in the 80s and 90s, and it's gonna be fun for us. Just fun. We just want it to be a fun show. We're gonna hear some exciting and fun stories from people, and I'll be working, like adjusting my chair and setting up my real professional mic for the next one. So it'll look good next time we come. We'll have our banners up and stuff. But we figure we get going and start telling the crowd what we're gonna do, so people will be ready. There's the man of the hour.
You need any more space over there?
I should be okay.
Tommy,
Oh,
where's my adopted father at? I adopted Tommy's father. I adopted Tommy's father last week. He's a good guy.
yeah.
I remember he said, "Put your hand on your hip and nudge your way
And
through life." I
that's
like that.
right.
He always has. We gotta get messages from him sometimes on the show because he always has a good one. So I was telling him
Oh,
about the show and how we, start out House Music Chronicles, and as we talked, we decided to expand it. And I gotta get my professional mic out for the next one. I like that. Look at you, ready, man. Good stuff.
WABC, Dan Ingram, Ingram, Ingram.
I told him I was on my way to the supermarket, man, but I had my New Jersey hat on, see, established. I didn't know New Jersey, they have established that. I can't see it. 17, I think it's backwards for me. But yeah, I was getting the supermarket throwing this shirt, and I was like, let me, because down here it's so hot, like all day. I had barely any clothes on because I don't like a lot of air conditioning. So I got a lot of windows, everything's open. So I barely have air conditioning. So I was like, I'm gonna throw on some clothes and run to the supermarket. I know you was out at dinner. I was like, man, how that last?
Yeah, we would just
The
want to come on here and
espresso.
just go ahead and tease them up, man. You
I
know,
love it, man. I'm gonna pull up
let
my face.
let them know we're out here. That's the whole idea. You know, however it goes down, it's gonna go down all the way down.
That's right. Give him
You
some
know,
background, Tommy. Tell him who you are, what you do.
because
Tell him
music
you
is
can get on your boat.
music is the key. Everybody, you know, music is the key, and you know, you go to different regions of the planet of the world, and it's like, you know what? There's all different kinds of people. You know, I've been down here in South Florida now, and it's crazy how long I've been down here. And they came down here on a mission, you know, a
Wow.
sacrificial mission, you
Right.
know, to be here close to my parents as they were going and climbing up in the years. And I said I need to get close to them, you know. And
That's
I
what's
was
up.
married. I'm married. Wendy was married, and it was like, you know, the career was moving on and everything, but it was something that I could do anywhere, teaching. Right. So
Right.
I said, I'm going to come on down here and just dig in and reroute myself. And there's no regrets, but you know what?
Good.
It's something missing. There's always something missing. And, you know, I've delved into, you know, my passion, which is water all the time, aquatics. You know, I've been a swimmer for just all my life, you know, and I started this business, and thank you, Tony. I started this business with, um, the jet ski and boat tour and jet ski rentals and everything like that. You know, we went out to dinner and everything, and I, you know, a couple libations.
That's perfect. That's perfect for the show.
Yeah,
That's how I do classics and cocktails. But
yeah,
we're gonna have a classic cocktails up here one night. But go ahead, keep rocking. You
yeah.
like it like that. I'm gonna have my little drinks, you know. So
Yeah. So you know, we got it going and everything like that. But you know what? I think that music kind of ties everybody together. And regardless, you know, there was that rock versus this disco sucks, rock lives. You know, it was like that whole push pull, and then
right. That's right.
people, I think, both won because I love soft rock, mellow rock. I can deal with cheese, like Hall and Oates, Boston, The Who, Cheap
That's right.
Trick, you know, all those like that. And you know, and it spans across every spectrum. And you know, you can go to karaoke, and you know, you start tapping your feet and saying, "Yeah," you know. And the same thing with disco. You know,
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
remember the bathroom stalls. It was like saturated with disco sucks, rock
Right.
lives,
Right.
you
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
and you
Right.
know, it was like, you know, and then of course there was people were drawing dicks and stuff, you know, and
Right.
stuff
Right.
like that.
You
You
talking about you talking
know?
about the turnpike with all those rest stops. That's what
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
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 But you know, the 80s definitely ruled, and you know, power to the peoples that are still here to appreciate that genre and that era,
Oh
because
yeah.
God bless us, man. You
It's
know, we're
serious.
dropping like flies. We got to talk about health as we go along. We got to tap into what's going on in the news and the media. We got to try to give people leg ups, and you know how you used to hold your hands like this and give everybody the next foot up, whether
Right.
people are going in to get to the window and take that TV, or whether they're going across to get the free glance at Shea Stadium to see who's winning, you know. But you
That's
know what?
right.
You want to definitely give
That's
that leg
right.
up to your peoples. And
Hmm.
you know, it's time we give each other a leg up, regardless as
Right.
to who we are, how we lived in the past. We are trying to live on. And God bless America.
That's good stuff,
Um,
man.
but you know, I was trying to think of the name of the boat tour. I was trying to think, what's the name of the company? Oh God,
Hey
you
man,
know,
it's free
and
advertising. There's gonna be thousands of
I
people.
can't
We gotta
take
get
it.
this advertising in.
Ah,
Let me see if I
and
can
my
figure
eyes are a
out.
dead giveaway. When things go Jackie Chan all the way down, it's like there he goes. He's on his way. You know,
Well,
I need a cut man. You know, like I need a ring man over here to cut my eyes
yes.
open and give him some light.
No, you're doing well. We love you, man. And one thing you talked about,
Yes.
um, 70. Now think about this. Like I was talking to a lot of DJs from the high schools, and we was talking. Oh man, I had some long talks because we were doing so much, right? We were talking so much about the music and back in the day how we used to DJ in high school. All these high school DJs became these great famous DJs and
Yeah.
music producers and all over the place. You know, it all starts in Newark. So, you know, we all had to think about how did we get these musical ears. And I'm glad you talked about 70s soft rock, because my mom listened to 70s soft rock. My dad was more funk and R&B. Right.
Oh wow. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So when I went to and there must be something on my camera. I see it look good. Let me find my
I was looking extra bright.
my
I was
rag.
like, damn,
Find my
I'm like,
rag. See if that clear. It looked like I got glare. It could be the light. Okay, so
a little pasty over here.
my mom lives to the 70s, and now I'm listening to like Dreams, Fleetwood Mac remixed, and people loving it.
Gotcha.
A lot
Yeah.
of the music from the 70s being remixed,
Mhm.
because I'm telling you, that 70s soft rock, man. We had CBS FM.
Yeah.
And I know you remember that. And that was so hot. And that's how a lot of us grew up. Like, we had like 4 radio stations, 6 TV stations, if that. You know, you had 2, 5, 11, 13, whatever, 4. So we didn't have a lot of options, even with radio.
Yeah.
Like, it was no FM. So let's go back to AM. 1430, 1600 in New Jersey, and I know across the country is the same thing. Had maybe 2 stations, and that's we got Motown. We didn't have that many artists. We know Motown was it, radio all day. Aretha, Al Green, you know, Motown, Philly sound. So our it's the good thing is that music was so it was real instrumentation. So we were built on real music. Like, it's great now, even the studio stuff. I'm not critiquing anyone right now, but we were built on real music with real singers. They didn't have all the production level stuff. The echo chamber at Motown, right?
Gotcha.
When I went to Motown, the echo chamber was, they would sing into this tube that took the music up into the roof or the ceiling area and bring it, and it will come back down and sound like echo chamber. So it's like they didn't have all the technology, so their voices had to be amazing. And I think if you're talking about Marvin Gaye, I'm not saying that there are some people with amazing voices now, but they get a lot of help in the studio.
Yes.
You know, a lot of them, you know, auto tunes and things like that. So the one thing is, we are very lucky again, because we know true music. Even talking to the DJs I talked to over the week, they say, you know what? We know real music, man. You know, they like the new house music, and now it's this thing, but new house music versus club class. It's all great music, but a lot of it is being remixed from music that we knew from back in the day. You know, everybody's sampling, everybody's getting it from somewhere. So it's a great time, man, right now, too, music-wise. Some beautiful things happening. But retrospectively, we grew up with some quality music, and not as many artists, but some real quality artists. Because nobody to the day is busting out Aretha Franklin. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening. Al Green.
Yeah.
You know, Fancy Move Usher's doing is a combination of Michael Jackson and, you know, and James Brown. You know, we never lose that. So I think we're just on the cusp of something. I know you grew up on a large variety of music as well, man. I know
man. Hey, look, we both 85. You know,
it's 85 high school, bro.
Class of 85. You know, what did you all have? Did you all play off of 85? Like, we did Strike It Live in 85. We were down to the Jersey Shore dancing with their hands.
We were up in Newark drinking so much Boone's Farm and Brass Monkey.
Oh,
we couldn't even spell 85.
Damn. Don't let that night train hit you.
Yes, man. We was cheap liquor, man. Man.
Don't get hit by the night train.
One thing about coming up in Newark and Class 85 was amazing, because there was that, you know, we would hit downtown, right? And then there was downtown, we had music stores that would sell, you know, the equipment and stuff, and they had music playing. The guys would be playing, selling cassettes on the street. The Nine Johnson and different artists' cassettes. You know, you could buy your cassettes, your mixes on the street from the different clubs in Newark.
Yep, get your vinyl over at Vogel's over in Elizabeth.
Man, Moving Records, and he started. Man, we had so many options, but then we all the kids in Newark, most of the buses converged onto Broad Market from the Catholic schools, and we had a lot of high schools downtown. Like, I went to Benix and I went to Science, so all the kids converged into downtown Newark, and it was like this all these kids, now everybody get, it's cute. They get the fancy yellow school buses and stuff. We were public transportation. Not that our parents didn't love us this much, but they were just like, go, and they, the kids go missing now. They had like 10, so they didn't miss one. But we were on public transportation. Our parents weren't picking us up and taking us. My kids, they wouldn't go to school if I didn't pick them up and take them. They'd be like, what you mean take a bus? And that's the thing. We grew up and the music, you hear it all downtown, man.
Yes.
And all the stores. Like now it's quiet when I go downtown. But I remember going downtown, and besides the guy, the Check It Out guy on Halsey Street, that I was like, check it out every time you walk past Halsey Street, there was music coming out of all the stores, man. All the stores. You hear music coming out of all the stores, man. It was lively. Like you said, music is life, brother. Music is life.
Exactly. So we're going to be kicking it off like that over here, and we're going to be sharing out to all the different various links and stuff. Tony is definitely he's very talented. He's a DJ. Like you said, he actually takes his show on the road and he goes to different states. He was in Atlanta recently, right?
We do Atlanta for Quiet Party. We do Silent Disco. We do Atlanta. We've done Texas. We've done Detroit, Flint, of course, New York, New Jersey. I don't think there's a few states we haven't done on the East Coast. The Quiet Party I like because, I love music. I love people having options. And nowadays, you can't find a group where everybody listens to the same music. It's so much variety out there. So we were in Irmo, South Carolina, man, and the DJs were awesome. We got Southern swag out here. They play them country songs, and man, it's a good time, man. I really started to appreciate country more now that I'm here. Country music, that's something else. I mean, there's some country artists out there.
Yeah, my dad once in a while, I'm like, when did you start listening to country? And he's like, and he turned me on. I'm down with it. I'm down with a little bit of everything. I don't know a whole bunch of artists of different things, but you know what? Right. Actually, when you listen to America's Next Top, the stuff and everything like that stuff. I mean, you
American Idol.
Yeah. When you sit back and listen to that, people are talented, and you can't look away from talent.
Yeah, you can't.
When you see somebody who's got talent, they got talent. I mean, you can't say, I don't like that because, no, they got talent. They're good, and especially people who could perform and pull it all together.
Right. And you have and something you got to do sometimes, you got to go outside yourself. And I watched the Country Music Awards. It was a good time, bro. I saw some African-American artists that were amazing also, which I really enjoyed. And because I'm here now, I go to places they play country, and it's a good time, man. Gotcha. And our jukeboxes are different. Now they have this thing, you could play the jukebox from your phone.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have to get up?
No. I forgot what it's called. I have it on my phone. But mostly any bar you in, I don't want you to think I'm at bars a lot. It happens at restaurants as well. And I mostly drink Heineken Zero anyway. But anyway, that's a plug for Heineken Zero. They're going to have to pay us a lot of money for that one. All right, so there is, you're sitting at the bar, the restaurant. You put in the name of the bar. 9 times out of 10, that jukebox is connected to that program in your phone. I got to pull it up and find it for you. And you could put on the song that you want to hear.
Wow.
It's called something tunes. That's, whenever you're in a place that has a jukebox, look on the jukebox and you'll see the name of the program, and you go in, and I have an account where my money's already in the account, and I go in, and it's one place I go to, it's Miller High Life. That's like, it's
like a parking app. You don't have to go up to the meter anymore and pay. You could just do it from your phone.
Right. Modern technology is great.
Yeah.
So, and they know, because I play the same songs. I was down in your state, Florida. What was it that I played? I think I played I Can Understand It. What's that, Bobby Womack? That's my song. I put that in my
set. And then people don't know who's playing it too. That way it's not like, man, what you play that for? You're just like, boop, boop, boop.
This old guy in the corner
was that's
like,
cut. Or
he was like, it was an older guy. He was like, I was in Jacksonville at the beach, at a bar, and I put in I Can Understand It because it just feel like it fit the vibe. It was, you know how it is in Florida. Got the palm trees and it's open on all 3 sides and the wind's going. I was like, I need to hear some Bobby Womack. So I put on I Can Understand It. This older guy in the corner said, that's I Can Understand It. He started dancing, older brother in the corner. He was loving it, man. But it set a nice vibe. Even for people that didn't know the record, it was like, we on the beach. It was like, it was popping. And again, I put that in my sets, so you'll hear it. I'm going to be on 90.9 in August. Shout out to my man, DJ Clash, my man D. He's mega producer. We're working on some songs, actually. And 90.9 gets 5 million online listeners, like about 5 million online listeners. So that's 90.9 Greensboro. That's my man Clash, DJ Clash. He's from we gotta have him on the show. He's part of that hip hop era. He grew up in Queensbridge, Marley Marl, and he's been on the radio. I think he was on BLS for a while. So he's gonna be great on the show. It's a lot of people that we're bringing on that's gonna have some great stories to tell, some behind the scenes about like hip hoppers and like some stuff that happened in New York. So he's great. I talked to him. He started talking about Queensbridge, man, and we on Northside. We're not too far from there, but there was a lot happening in a rap scene in Queensbridge. So he's gonna be great to have on the show. So shout out to my man DJ Clash. He's a great guy. And then we're gonna have so many people, man. The line is it's just growing, man. When we start, I was saying Sundays, Tommy. I don't know how you feel about Sundays. People are watching us put this show together live. Like, they don't know we're doing this from scratch. We're doing this the fun way. We're having people come on and
absolutely. Hey, look, there was grassroots, but years ago we started this doggone channel on YouTube, and it was just like positive vibe. Just started it up, just started talking.
Good
and
stuff,
that's how we
man.
got going. I was folding clothes, making the beds, crawling around the room with COVID.
Right.
My mom passed. I was like, oh my gosh. And everybody just kind of clung on. Hold on tight. We on our way.
Yeah.
We still
positive vibe is versa. I see Barb. So she was saying the music lives on. She was just talking to SOS Band. All right, Barb. Just be good to me. Or were you just listening? I said talking. Listening to SOS Band. Just be good to me. Oh.
Yeah.
The next day she walked into a store and heard it. Yeah, just be good to me, man. SOS Band. Yeah, she taking me back. I'm glad when people give us when they come on, they get the link. But once we get everybody the link and they're able to come on, even on the Facebook Live. I don't know if my Facebook Live is in real time, but to see people come on and as we're doing the show, we're getting comments and we're responding to it. Plus, people that are on the show are going to get questions that artists and musicians can respond to.
Yes.
And that's going to be so interactive and fun, man. It's going to blow the show up. And I like that we can do that now with technology and all the Facebook Live and everything. We're going to be on so many different pages.
Yep.
Your pages, my pages, and people.
As we grow and get busy and stuff, with the talent that we have, even with our own Tony Motley, he can go out to neighboring states and communities and do it up. He could do it. Tony's inspired me. Now I'm out here doing my hosting and everything like that.
You're natural, man. Look at that smile, man. You're natural, brother. That smile will do it, man.
So we're on our wheels, man. This feels so good. I was telling my wife because we were riding along, and then you had said and stuff, and I was like, maybe do another night. No, I can't. I've been talking about it. It's been in my brain, man. It's been
like
on my
your
brain.
wife should hit you upside the head talking about dinner, getting on stream. But I know my energy was there too, man. Thank your wife for letting you slide to the left a little bit after dinner, but I appreciate her. Barbara's saying that you got them through COVID. I guess your show being on. And everybody came together during that time, man. Music got me through. I was live on Facebook every week. And you don't know the impact. Like Barb just saying, you got us through COVID. Sometimes you don't know that you get people through. Somebody came up to me, and what they said was, said, oh, YouTube at House Chronicles. Oh, good stuff. So they said that they pulled me up at a party and said, you don't know, but you coming on every Saturday night while I was stuck in my house gave me life. She said, gave me life. It helped me through. She said, I don't know what I would have did. And we were just doing it because I was bored.
Yeah.
So we started doing classics and cocktails. And it was great on Zoom. And it seemed like, and people having parties, they were dancing, they had their drinks. Man, it was such a good time. I want to do it again. My time is kind of crazy with Medicare. Just plug for Medicare. I'm a Medicare broker. I love helping people out there, Medicare. And because I work in different time zones, I work in California and East Coast, West Coast, all the way through, we don't really shut down to about 10, 11 o'clock in California. So I may get up at 9 o'clock in the morning and go all the way through to 11 o'clock at night. So sometimes I want to do cocktails and classics. We're going to have a special version one day, and we'll open the show up with in one of my other rooms for cocktails and classics. And we'll start off with some music. I think we're going to start off all the shows because it's a music show. So we know who's going to be on. We're going to try to play some relative music. I'm going to get my stuff set up because, I got to be able to come through clear. So I'm going to get my mixing board and everything coming in through the computer and make sure it's tight. And we're going to be able to play some music. So, man, this show is just going to grow so crazy because, we're doing it for the love. We're doing it for the love of music. And it's not, when people get on, and they do, and I love people that do streaming shows because most people don't get paid for their streaming shows. Most of the DJs that play on, they don't get a dime. They do it for the love of the music and to make the music available. And I'm in New Jersey, Bar. I'm right now. I'm from New Jersey. I always think I'm in New Jersey. Sometimes I don't know where I'm at. I'm actually in South Carolina in a town called Rock Hill. My partner Jazz lives about 3 minutes away. My DJ partner, you just might have seen us. We do dual. Everybody's doing a September 23rd, the dual DJ thing. If you're just tuning in, September 23rd, we're having this big reunion in New Jersey. Tommy's hosting, and it's gonna be spectacular. And we're gonna be doing all the DJs from back in the day, the high schools they went to. So it's a DJ reunion. We're going to take some great pictures with all the DJs that came up in the 80s and 90s while we're talking about 80s, 90s shows. So I'm going to have them on all the way up to that show. I can't wait to get Punch on here and Naeem on here and all these great DJs. So, yeah, Barb. So I'm in South Carolina and love it here. It's hot. I have my fan on and I'm crazy because, you see me doing like this. It's like, I don't even want to get up and go to the air conditioner. Normally, and I told Tommy, I just put my hat and my shirt on because I was like, Tommy's out at dinner. He's going to be gone. The wife's going to lock him down. I'll see him later. And then I was happy he said, well, let's go ahead and do this because we've been planning this out for a while, adding it and changing it. But it's great, Tommy. I'm excited, man. We're finally getting to do this. And we're going to stream. I'm loving it. Yeah, that we can be on multiple platforms because I was going to be on my Facebook, this, Facebook, that, Facebook, everywhere. So we're going to have a lot of people tuning in. It's going to be a Sunday night thing. It's going to be, well, for some people, we're going to have to, put the disclaimer out there. Don't let your kids come because I know some people with potty mouths. I have one too. I try to control mine. But some shows, I'll be like, listen, this is going to be family friendly for the most part. Like, so we're going to have to ask people to watch their potty mouth. I'm trained to watch mine. It was hard being a principal because I was an all-day cursor. So when I was a principal, I'd be like, hey, and I had to catch myself. So I'm hoping that artists and musicians come on, understand. It's going to be a Sunday show. You remember when everybody used to get around the TV on Sunday? That's how our show's going to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And very interactive. It's not going to just be like people sitting on a wire and looking around and stuff like that. You all can be involved. You know how StreamYard works. A lot of times I'll even pull people up and you get on here and we'll be talking about things. So be ready to get involved, folks.
That's going to be fun, man.
Absolutely. So look, folks, we just want to come on here just for a little bit. I'm so glad, Tony, that you were patient and you were able to put this thing together tonight. Thank you, ladies, for coming on out here and people who are soon to watch this stuff on, as we share out and everything to our social media pages and everything. Welcome aboard. Get ready. Stay tuned. Lace up your boots. Throw your powder on the floor because we're getting ready to go ahead and spin around and do all kinds of little stuff every Sunday. And you know what? I don't know exactly what days. We're going to kind of fine tune it as we see it. But, this is something good for the soul. And I know that, when I look at Facebook and see all that goes on, the good, bad, and the ugly, and it seems like it's the bad and the ugly more so than the good, sad to say, we need this. And so we're here for therapy. This is therapy for you, therapy for us. And we're really looking forward to big things happening on here. So,
and you know what, Tommy? COVID taught us a lesson. The lesson that COVID taught us is that people are not going to be around forever. I went to church Sunday, and it's interesting that the preacher said that he couldn't help his daughter something was wrong. She had a chronic illness, and he said he would get in his car and cry every morning before he got on the pulpit. He said because he was a fixer. He said what he couldn't fix, he thought God could fix.
Yes.
And then he had to understand that God's plan is not always to fix things the way he wants them fixed. So I just had that message in my mind because it was such a powerful message. But in knowing that, also understand that we lost a lot of people. And if that was God's plan, that's God's plan. But we have to also plan for that ourselves. And knowing that every artist and all these musicians are not going to be around forever. And there's people that we lost that we didn't hear their story.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that were lost at the time. And I wish DJs and people that I wish were still here that we could have had on the show. Because, but we're going to get, this is the good thing. We're going to get their stories, Tommy. We're going to get
That's right.
People's stories.
Oh, yeah.
No, exciting.
There's a lot of people that, you know, that aren't stuck in those days, but those were really the good old, and, you know, you think about when we were younger and everything, people said, oh man, the good old days. And that's exactly what goes on, because now we're seeing that, you know, it's tough. It's tough getting old. It's a privilege, but it comes with a price, folks. And so, you know, you got to lock horns with the old. You got to lock horns with, you know, back in the day and some things just to reminisce on and things, because, you know, to stay in the now is kind of sad.
Yeah.
So that's where we are, everybody. And, you know, we're definitely on some positive vibes at all times as well. So thank you so much. And Tony, take us on out, man, with some stuff. Huh?
Yo, this is going to be great. You see the positive vibes up there in the corner. This is going to be MUSiC Chronicles 80s, 90s. It's going to be one of the most prolific music shows on the internet. We're going to talk to a lot of artists, musicians, writers, producers, A&R people, music execs. I mean, so many people are going to be on this from different genres of music. It's going to be so exciting. I'm excited about it because there's a lot of stories I want to hear. And I know we're happy. Myself and Tom, all we talked about was being able to bring these stories to people. And that's what we're very excited about, that we can do that. And we're going to be doing this, and I hope it's Sunday because I like Sunday. But
yeah, I like Sundays as well.
But then, you know, I'm coming out of Miami soon, a couple of weeks, so we might be straight from Miami out on the beach somewhere.
Hey, look, and I'm trying to tell you, and folks, you know, I spoke with a lot of fishermen. I actually had some poles donated for the cause for and so Paradise Boat Tour and Jet Ski Rental.
Get that. No, show them again, T. Show them again.
Yeah, so
now listen.
It's Paradise Boat Tours and Jet Ski Rentals. And I'm probably going to you know, like...
You got to put a banner.
Or get a banner going or something like that. And or a crawler going across. But it's Paradise Boat Tours and Jet Ski Rentals. And, you know, so I'm going to be doing some fishing. And I used to do fishing down actually at the Jersey Shore, and used to fish for the yellowfin tuna. And do some big fishing. And we used to sell it to Chinatown fish markets and stuff.
Nice.
But down here, there's small, like mid-sized fish, the grouper, the tarpon, which is a nice size, and all that stuff, the mullet. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And so when I get these guys and these guys and their sons and their daughters on the boat, and we do this fishing, you know, now we're going to do like little reels and little short videos showing, you know, the fish that we're pulling up and stuff like that. And it's going to be little clips.
That's a good
And it's going to be really nice. We're going to include all kinds of stuff because it's a lifestyle, everybody. You know how much I'm talking about lifestyle. It's not health is wealth and all like that. But you know what? Also, as I see it, it's also that mental health piece. And you got to do things that, you know, that help you out in moving through the process. Because just to be big Hulkamania or in shape, you could still be going through it, you know. So I think that fishing is nice and calming, yoga and everything. And then, you know, naturally just talking to you all and getting some input because we don't know everything and we're trying to learn. I want to live, folks. You know, I want to live. I want us to make it because what's the point in being on a planet by yourself?
That's right.
You know, so I you know, we need each other. And this is what it's all about. Positive vibes and togetherness.
Barb said you were a principal. Some people it was funny, Barb, that you asked me that. That's a question somebody asked me. I was in a barbershop in my hometown, and we're going to close out soon, but I got to answer that question because so I was in my hometown, right? And I go into the barbershop, Tommy, and I run to somebody that just graduated high school from me, right? Yeah, make sure everybody see that. Before I finish my story, I like having a cliffhanger because it's good. If you like to rent a boat or jet ski, and see my audience, they get to Miami. I got high earning audience. They're in Miami. If you're in Miami, you don't even have to think about what you're going to do when you're down there. Hit up Tommy. You can get on his boat. You get you some jet skis. He got you covered. All you got to do is hit him up. You don't even have to think about it. And you know,
Special rates.
yeah, sometimes you go to Florida. Not saying that everybody doesn't do good business, but I like to go to people I know for something like that. Make sure that they're insured and they're covered.
Absolutely.
And Tommy takes care of business, so you be in good hands. But back to Barbacks, that I was our principal. So it's funny. This is tied to the music because I ran into a classmate of mine, and they were like, "Listen." They said, Tony, I heard you were principal. And I said, yeah, I'm principal. He's sitting in a chair. I was waiting. I said, yeah, I'm been a principal for a long time now. He said, when did you go to school? He said, you were at every party. I said, no, correction. I was DJing at every party. I wasn't hanging out. I was trying to make some money. He said, you were. She said, but you did it a lot all weekend long. I said, yo, because school's open Monday through Friday. You know, so I said I got a number of degrees on the low that nobody's really aware of. I just snuck into school and I found out you ain't have to pay your loan back if you stay in school. So I just stayed in school a lot because I didn't have any money to pay back loans. But it's kind of funny. Yeah, I DJ so much, I guess people couldn't even see. Then they started calling me Principal DJ Barb because some of my kids' parents brought their kids to my school, or people that came to the clubs would be like, ain't you the DJ? Ain't you the DJ? I'm like, yeah, but I'm the principal today. Let's do that. So anyway, we're excited, man. Tommy. And we're going to be starting soon. You guys will see the blast that we're going to put out. We're going to see changes as you go. Oh, Barb is a teacher. All right. See, this is what I like. We're going to have interaction. You'll be able to interact on this show. You'll be able to ask questions. You'll be able to ask the artist questions. So everybody's going to be a host of this show. Me and Tommy gonna moderate, but everybody's a host on this show.
That's right.
So that's what's gonna make it exciting. You'll be able to ask people questions that you've been dying to ask them, and wait till you see we're not even gonna say who the guests are gonna be, but just wait till you see the guests. It's gonna be amazing.
Absolutely, and we always put some sort of music behind it so that you all can, draw, reel it in and everything like that. Because it's important to make that connection, y'all.
Tommy, this is great. I'm gonna enjoy working on you on this wonderful project, man.
Absolutely.
Get back in there and pour your wife a glass of wine and apologize for taking time from after dinner.
She's beat down. I am.
Barry White, brother. Play some Barry White. Play a little bit of Barry White. Just a little bit of Barry White. Some ecstasy or so.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us and everything, and we'll see you on Sunday. Let's make it happen Sunday.
Sunday, man. I'll be back.
We can pull everything together Sunday.
I'm going to Utah, but I'll come back on Saturday, so I'll be ready for Sunday.
All right, fantastic. So we'll see you then, folks. And thanks again for joining us. Peace and thank you.
Thanks, Tommy.
All right, now.
All right, later.
Yeah. Jeez. Here we go with the dumbness. All right. Sorry. Okay. It's been a minute.